Hello everyone and welcome to episode 1 of Paranormal Living TV. Today here we are at the most haunted location in the United Kingdom. It is the ancient Ram Inn. So here we are in the front room of the Ram Inn. The sofa there in front of me is the bed of John Humphrys. I'm not sure if that's the exact sofa he slept on, but of course this was the room he did used to sleep in and spend all his time here. And there is the mummified cat, which is about 400 years old. John did find this in the walls of the Ram Inn, and of course it was used to warn off evil spirits and seen as a good omen. And there we have some of John's jackets, which are still hung up, which are very cool, and obviously we made sure we didn't touch them. So moving forward, there's a couple little trigger objects and bits put around the front room, and this table you will see now was quite active the day before we got there. Caroline, John's daughter, she did send us a video, and that rocking chair, as you can see there with the cover on, did start to move on its own, and you will see some of that footage a bit later on in the show. So moving forward now, this is a grave where the apparent children's bones were found, and there's been quite a lot of activity around that area. Very cool room, but very, very cold. The complete energy change as you walked into this room. It felt very, very different, but I'd say quite a cool room, but no negative vibes we were feeling so far. And of course the famous bit of the Ram Inn, which is a barn area, which has been quite active over the years. And of course some of John's belongings are at the back there in the barn area. Moving on to the stairs, there's quite a few pictures online of the staircase with things appearing and apparitions being seen spirit around the stairs. And of course you can see the sign there which does say enter at your own risk. So I did have a bit of a laugh about that because it did make us a hell of a lot more nervous, I will say. So getting to the top of the stairs, I will say the top floor of the Ram Inn, the energy does change, the atmosphere changes. It's a lot more intense. So this room is the witch's room where we did one of the live vigils on Facebook. And there is a massive Ouija board, which of course us at Paranormal Living, it's not our thing, not our cup of tea, but it was there to be used if we did want to. But I will say one thing about this room, straight away you got that vibe. There was someone in there, someone with us. It was very intense, a bit overwhelming in parts as well. Definitely a place we will investigate later on. So moving now across the walkway into the Bishop's room, which is of course the most famous room out of the whole of the ancient Ram Inn. And they do say it is the most haunted room as well in the building. So we're knocking on the door as John used to do. Of course the door was already open when we arrived, but we still did the knock out of respect. Because as we mentioned, that is what John used to do. So this room is freaky. There's a weird feeling of the place. I don't know if it's just because we know the story, and that of course it is reportedly the most haunted room in the building. And of course there's been reports of demonic things going on in this room. People seen in the windows, knocking, and everything you can imagine goes on in this room. So it was definitely a freaky vibe. And of course you can see the beds, which you are told not to sit on by a lot of paranormal investigators. So Jade, being Jade, decided to sit on them. So it is now time to start the investigation, so let's get into it. So we have the music box on top of the cradle, which is set up properly. And on the bed, I'm glad everyone can hear, we do have the flashing light, the trigger light. This is the only room I've been in where I feel weird. When we did the walk around this evening, before we start going live, it felt weird.
Again, if there is anybody with us in this room this evening, make yourself known, come near to us. We're not here to humiliate you, embarrass you. We're here with respect, love and light. Make one of those objects go off. Make the light come on. Make the music box play.
There is a child's crib over there. We thought you'd like some music. If you could make that go off for us, that'd be absolutely amazing.
Can you make a knock? A tap? Do you know when we first come in?
Yeah.
That bed was definitely like flat made, wasn't it? Really
Yeah.
neat. And I know you've only put the light on there, but it looks like someone's been sat on it.
It does actually.
I
Yeah.
know we haven't yet. I mean, that's not one that I want to sit on, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a fair point. It does look like there's been someone sat on the edge of it.
It's proper crumpled up, isn't it?
I feel really weird sat over here. I feel
Yeah.
like my body's pulsating. You know,
Yeah.
someone's, you know, like it's like really rickety the floor. You know, when it feels like that. It feels really weird. We have a few objects set up for you. If you could make one of them go off, all you have to do is just walk past it. You can make the music box go off for us. That would be absolutely amazing. Or the light on the bed. If you have been sat on the bed, could you make that light go off for us again, please? It's gone really cold in here now. Like, it's like temperature drop next to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're by a window, though, is there a draft going through the window?
No, it's knees. Why my knees?
That's the only part of my body that's cold. My legs, which is what I got downstairs.
What's up here?
Someone touched me bottom. Oh God, don't jump like that. I'm not on this rickety old bed. Oh God, I'm up for a promise tonight then.
Really? Something touched your
That's what
bottom?
it's going to be. That's what he just went like that down my bum. Down the back of my bum. Down the back of my bum. Down the top of my bum. If that was you, could you do something else, please? Make the light come on. Oh, a little weird. Can you copy this?
That's the music box, Emily. It's on top of the crib. Just a sensor. So if anything walks past it, it will go off.
It's very creepy.
They're saying it looks like eyes, you know, because of the
because of the
light, yeah. Could it be possible to make one of the lights go off, please? Ben's put spooky. I can see eyes on the picture frame. Over that one over there. Sure. If you do hear a click now and again, it is the heater in the hallway.
Did anybody else hear that?
What's that?
That's something shuffling.
Carl's put, there's an old lady in her late 70s wearing a black hooded cloak, long grey, messy hair. Whereabouts is she here, Carl?
She's a witch. Because this is the witch's room.
Yeah.
Must have been where she stayed before she was killed.
I've got ice cold on my right hand side. I mean, ice cold, like a bath. You know, like an ice bath.
Nice bath, yeah.
Right on my back. So where I am on this side of me is ice. I mean, ice cold. My back is freezing. Again, see, it's weird. So as soon as I feel okay, I'm still cold, but then I get whooshes. So all you know what I said to you about now, the way I'm working at the minute with spirit is at the back of my head. And feeling spirit at the back of the head. I can feel it like no, here. Just it's like someone's gone at the back of my head. Weird. So it's actually night vision cameras and it'd be pitch black.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. The music box has gone off.
Thank you very much.
So this is a footage I did say I'd share with you all. As you can see, the chair moves by itself. Caroline did send us this. So as we got there, we were doing a little walk round, as you saw at the beginning. And I was drawn to that table. There's something about it. I don't know what it was, but I just felt really drawn. And then after we finished the walk around, I managed to see the message from Caroline. And this is what she sent me, the footage of the chair moving by itself. Absolutely amazing. Well, welcome back, everybody. So here we are in the Bishop's room. As we mentioned, the most, reportedly the most haunted building here. Most haunted room, sorry. If you are around that other... There's a big temperature drop by my knee. Okay. That is you people can see on the other bed. Could you make that little ball flash for us, please?
Apparently, it's not advised to sit on this bed. Come and show me why.
We know when we spoke to Denise earlier, the balls were flashing. Could you make that possible again for us, please? So this is what happened on the break when we did speak to Denise. We took her round the ramming, just a bit of a walkthrough, and she was drawn to the wardrobe in the Bishop's room. And also an amazing thing, what did happen, as you can see here, the balls kept flashing. So every time I'd ask Denise a question, or just the tone of my voice would make the balls go off. And I do believe that was my granddad, because we were very apprehensive going into this room about protection. Yeah, I feel weird. I feel, you know, like when you walk into a cobweb. Mm-hmm. That's what it feels like. Around my ears, both ears and my nose. Feels like cobwebs. You know that sensation? So, you know this place I find as well? It's like two different places. Like upstairs, the energy is so different
So
to downstairs.
different to downstairs, yeah.
It's very weird. Yeah, it's crazy. So that is the end of our episode of the Ancient Ramin. That is the best bits. Unfortunately, that's all we had, because we had a lot of technical issues. One of the SD cards for some reason didn't work properly, and the cameras were dying, stopped working. Even when we was outside the building filming the intro, we had a lot of technical issues and something draining the batteries. So I do hope you've enjoyed this mini episode about the Ancient Ramin. Will we go back? Absolutely. That is in the plan, especially with the team now being a foursome. We are definitely on for a return to the Ramin to see if we can get anything else. I am sure there is more to be found out about that place. Thank you for watching, everybody. Love and light. Adios.